Hello, and welcome back to the Making Fire podcast, the podcast where two besties talk about their favorite TV show, Survivor. This week, we'll be doing a draft of all the castaways this season, and we're super excited about it. But first, Riley, how have you been this week?
I've been good. I am a little under the weather right now. I don't know if you can tell by my voice. I went and saw Beyonce last week, which is super fun and exciting. Just like a little artist. I don't know if you're familiar with her body of work, but it was super fun. I got to go, once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm so happy I got to do it. It was amazing. So, it was worth a little cough, I think. So yeah. Maddie, how are you doing?
I'm good. I went to Costco today. No. Big news. I finished season 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race this week.
Slay.
Shout out Jinx Monsoon from Seattle.
We're Washington girlies for those who don't know. So.
Yes. So that was super fun. Very good season. I was thoroughly entertained. And I cannot wait to watch the next season.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm a Survivor super fan and a Drag Race super fan. So if anybody ever wants to talk Drag Race, hit me up.
Riley got me into Drag Race. So
It's true. What can I say?
awesome. Well, do we want to just jump right in to the draft by deciding who goes first over a game of rock, paper, scissors?
I think that's so good. I think we said, okay, so whoever wins this rock, paper, scissors game is going to pick first, and then we're just going to go back and forth through the 18 people. There'll be 9 people on our teams, and then I have set up a little point system throughout the season. So we will keep you guys updated on the draft. I don't know, every week. We'll see who's winning. And it's going to be super fun. But yes, let's play some rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Is it just whoever wins one first?
Yeah.
Okay.
And go on shoot.
Okay.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh. Okay, again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No.
Yeah. I was gonna say for those who aren't watching, but everybody's watching because we don't have an audio form of this podcast yet. So, you guys saw what happened. So I won, and I'm super excited because I just have a feeling Maddie and I love the same type of people, so I feel like this is gonna be a very competitive draft. We both did the same thing. We both didn't really watch any videos of anything. I only read Entertainment Weekly. Is that what you read?
Yep.
We both just read the Entertainment Weekly interviews. So it's just based off of that and that only. But yes, I feel like our lists are gonna be a little similar, so we'll see. But starting off the draft
I'm nervous.
with the first overall pick, I am taking Couture Tops.
I figured that was going to be your number one.
Oh, it's not your number one?
I didn't put her number one because I figured you would, and just in case I wanted.
You didn't want to lose your number one.
I didn't want to lead with her, just in case.
Okay. Well, I love her interview. We'll get into this obviously as we get down the line. There were some interviews that I just did not love. I really loved her confidence that she had, just within the writing. I was like, oh, I'm so drawn to this. I feel like I just want to give her flowers. I just want to be like, okay, I feel like you kind of just deserve to win the show, and because of that, I'm like, I just need to I don't want to root against her. I don't want to be like, oh, she's on Maddie's team, I can't root for her. But I needed her on my team. I needed to be able to root for her to win. I feel like this is also something I'll preach on later on throughout a couple people. I have this thing where I don't really care about job experience as much as I care about life experience. There'll be some exceptions. Again, we'll get there when we get there. But I really liked her life experience, her story, her overall story seems really compelling. what else did I really love? She talks about manipulative leadership, which I think is really intriguing. And what I really liked is that she said that she's not going to be another player. She's going to be her own new player, which I really vibe with. I always imagine if I'm on Survivor, that's what I'm going to say. Like, I'm my own person. That's the whole reason you cast me, is because I'm me. I'm not like another archetype, you know what I mean? So I loved her profile. I loved her interview. I really just want to see her win, and so that is why I took her.
I agree with everything you said. To just put in my 2 cents, I think she seems super strong mentally and strategically, and she definitely gives off big threat vibes in her interview, which is why I was hesitant to put her at number 1, because I said I think she has a very strong potential to win, if not booted off early for being a threat.
Because of that.
So, but if they don't catch her early, she's going far. Downsides, she said she's partially colorblind.
That, we have had a colorblind winner, Tommy from 39. He infamously was colorblind, but he also infamously lost out on an advantage because he was colorblind.
So I just had to put that out there. So
we hate colorblind people.
No.
We are colorblind. You have to leave.
Okay, my number 1 winner pick.
Yes.
Sabia Broderick. I
Okay.
love her vibe. I think part of my choice for that is that I also recently finished watching Tocantins, where a Southern charm boy won. So I was like, she is getting my winner pick because I feel like she's going to be strong strategy-wise. She seems like she might be physically strong, but also kind of fly under the radar. And she's got the Southern charm that I think might win people over. I think people are drawn to that. I don't know if she has an accent. Like I said, I didn't watch interview. I didn't do anything besides read, so maybe she doesn't. Which would be a crazy turn of events. But I'm just gonna go with her as my number 1.
This is so interesting. I literally did the whole thing at the beginning. I'm like, Maddie and I have similar taste. I was not, well, you just say you ranked Katura high up. I did not have Sabia very high. So good for you, I guess, for getting her. Instead of like somebody that I really wanted, but okay.
I know, I'm scared. I feel like that might have been a bold choice, but I'm nothing if not bold. And so
What would I use to describe Maddie as bold, everybody?
I really just like went with my gut. Yeah. And that is what my gut told me. I really tried to not overthink it, because otherwise I would have been working on this until the season ended.
I like that sort of ideology. I like the way going about it, trusting your gut. I think some of the best things that can happen, even like in the actual game of Survivor, trusting your gut is really good. My notes about Sabia, she was kind of middle for me. You liked her vibe. I didn't really love her interview. I feel like I was missing a couple things.
She doesn't want to give away all her secrets in the interview.
I guess. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do against her, but I guess. She is somebody, though, I feel, from what I did get from the vibe, I feel like she's gonna be one of those people we've seen on the recent seasons where she's kind of just, like, liked. I get energy from her that she's just gonna be a liked person. She's gonna be somebody that people just want to have around at camp. I have the feeling that she's gonna be good at challenges a little bit. I liked her self-descriptors: resilient, vibrant, and proud. I think when thinking about the types of personalities that have been doing well in the recent seasons, I think those are all words that you can use to describe many of the people we've seen make it to the finals. Her military experience is something that interests me. I think that there's athleticism there as well as just like grit that I think will carry her over well. I think in a game like Survivor, a lot of it is mental, and so I'm excited to see her. Maybe you've convinced me. Maybe I'm like, okay, maybe she is a good pick. Maybe I should have had her a little higher up.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
go for it. I'm scared.
Okay. Next on my list, my second overall pick, I am going to be picking Brando.
Mm-hmm.
Brando Meyer. Not Brandon, Brando. Um, I have to support my Asian king. I'm like, yes, racial representation. I love that. Again, somebody that I kind of just like want to root for throughout the season, and I'm like, I want to be able to like root for you on my team. So, I really liked that. I really like one of my favorite seasons that is not very well loved is Nicaragua, and so that was the first season he said he watched, and I just have to trust if that is the season that got him into his Survivor like journey that he is gonna be a good person to watch. I unapologetically love that season, so that's that. I love in his sort of words to describe himself. He said curious and clever. I think that is those. I like those words together. I think that is a promising combination. Yeah, what do you think about Brando?
I had Brando ranked very, very high. I'm really sad you took him. I said that I'm ranking Brando high because I feel like he doesn't seem like a threat because of his age, and like he just seems kind of lanky and like goofy. I don't know, but he feels like a strong strategic player. But the number one reason that I ranked him very high is that he described himself as being a lovable liar. And that reminds me of my bestie Riley, the biggest liar that I know.
Oh my god, that is so untrue.
No, it's not.
That is messed up that you just said that on live television. That's terrible.
I wrote it with a heart next to it. But it's true. Riley gaslights me every chance he gets.
Don't. I would never admit to doing that.
Oh, I know. So Riley just reminds me a lot of Brando. Brando reminds me of Riley. I feel good vibes about Brando, so I ranked him high. And I feel like it makes sense that you picked him. I feel like you guys are very similar. So
I wanted to say you brought up his age. I don't know. There was a lot of 26-year-olds that I saw. I'm scrolling through the list of
it felt like a young cast. There's a lot of 26-year-olds. I'm like scrolling now. I saw like 4.
20s. Yeah, a lot of 26-year-olds. I think let's see.
23.
Him and Drew, I think, are the youngest in the cast. 23 isn't too young. That's older than both of us. But there has been like a string of young people not doing well in the recent seasons. I think like Marianne is an exception. I think
Lydia.
Yes.
I wish Lydia would have been on longer.
I think Marianne is an exception. I think Carson from last season is an exception, but I would just be a little worried that him being 23 could possibly I don't know. I don't think it's gonna get him in trouble, and I don't think it'll be that big of a deal since everybody's kind of in that early mid-20s range where most people are. So I think it'll be okay, but it is a little tad concerning thinking about the string of recent seasons. But yes, that's my second pick. Who's your second pick now that I've taken Brando?
My second pick is Caleb.
Interesting. Okay.
I really liked Caleb. In my notes, Canadian equals winner.
No, yeah.
So
yeah.
I obviously had to rank Caleb high. Also, I just want to say I love his pants and his outfit.
Okay, definitely.
And I feel like I don't know exactly the process of how they're dressed, but I feel like you can learn a lot from that. And I just really liked it. I love that picture. And
it's a good picture. He has a good cast picture.
A really good cast picture. And I also just thought he had such an interesting interview. Lived in
Yes.
27 countries. Fiji is 28. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Lived, not just like visited. Um, yeah, he just sounds so cool, and I thought it was interesting. He mentions he remembers laughing with his mom at the pathetic crying survivors on TV. I thought that was such
Gagging a
a
little bit. Yeah.
funny comment. I feel like I got a lot of personality out of this interview, and I'm really excited to watch him, and so I had to put him for my number 2 spot.
I respect the decision. I don't know if strange is the right word, but you're right. His interview was really interesting. I have in my notes. It said that whether getting my first job at 13 by lying and saying I was 16, that's not a that's illegal. Not I like it's not your fault. I feel like there's a big difference between 13-year-olds and 16-year-olds, and if your boss could not tell, babe, you were labored as a child, and you should get back pay, like extra money from that. I don't know, but I don't know how the laws in Canada work. Maybe they're different up there. Maybe they love their child labor.
They like sending their children to the mines.
The children. What is it? The children like
Yearn for the mines.
for the mines. Yes. Yes, I really liked Caleb. I liked his interview. Um I didn't get cockiness. I got like strong confidence, which I think there is a very thin line there. And I think he's on the confident side. I feel like his humor helps with that a little bit, which I can love. A good confident player is always good. I wish he talked more about his experience with the actual show, other than laughing at the crying people, which I lived for. That's so silly. I would just like to know a little bit more about how he's gonna like play the game. I wish I would have gotten, but I think it's a good pick. I think yeah, I think he'll do well.
I hope so.
Yes.
And moving on, who's your third pick?
Okay. My third pick is Austin.
Okay. I defined where I put him.
Oh, so he's definitely not at the top.
He was for
Oh.
me.
Oh,
And then
well, he
I
was at the top for me too. That's why.
no, not anymore. He got bumped. That's what I meant.
Oh. Well, anyway, I really liked Austin. He had this thing that I kind of like picked up on where he said that he was a introvert who was, or sorry, an extrovert that was once an introvert, which I think is I think it's kind of interesting. I feel like a lot of extroverts on Survivor can be so over the top that they don't really get a hint. Oh my God, she's appearing again. Marianne. I think of Marianne and how she was kind of just like a little bit too much at some points. Obviously, that it hurt her at the end. Like she ended up winning heavy-handedly, but
I feel like it helped her in the beginning.
No.
People kept her on because they were like, she's not going far.
I think people just got annoyed with her in camp life. A little bit. That scene where she's like, "Here's Marianne," and they had like just woken up, and Lindsay was very much like, "Oh my God,
You're done.
you're done." But I like this idea of like he's an extrovert who was once an introvert, so he kind of knows that like laid backness. Like hopefully he'll be able to take a hint when a hint needs to be taken. I felt like he from the interview again. I didn't watch anything, just the reading. I felt like there was a lack of strategic urgency from what he was saying, and a big focus on social. Which I don't think in this recent era that's too much of a bad thing. Like, I feel like people who are too game body tend to not end up winning. Maybe they'll go far, maybe they'll do well, but they don't end up actually like winning. I think it's a lot of the people that make those solid connections. So, I would have loved to hear a little bit more about where he was thinking strategy wise, but I think his social capital will do him well.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. I just kind of feel like he didn't stick out to me, Abby Lee Miller. voice. I just said he feels like a classic Survivor contestant. I just felt very neutral about him. His interview, I don't really care about some of the tidbits, if I'm being honest. The fact that he owns the world record for the most nuts thrown and caught in a can on the head in 1 minute. Good for you.
Haven't we all done that?
I'm hoping he can beat his current record while on the island. That's what I'm looking for out of him. But no, I get like neutral vibes. I feel like he can really do anything. But no, I didn't rank him very high. Sorry.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Yes. Okay. For my next pick, we're going bold here. But I've got to get back to my roots of rooting for the old folks. I'm just kidding. She's not that old. Julie. Julie is my next pick. As we have talked before, we love a Tiffany, if you will. We love a Heather. We love all of these older castaways.
Just like mom age, you know.
Mom,
Like
I'm looking
mom
for big
age.
mom energy. She's a little
Yes.
goofy, a little out of her element, doing
Yeah.
her best, and then ends up stealing my heart and being called like mom on the tribe. I don't know. I just really loved her. I love that about her. I am excited to see how she does. I think I put a lot of just like, I don't know, hope in her character type. I wasn't focused so much on like the ins and outs of her strategy or what she said. I think didn't she like go to law school after getting divorced?
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting. She knows how to bounce back. She knows how to take her life into her own hands. You know, I just think she could do really well.
She knows how to flip the hourglass.
Oh, hopefully no one's flipping the hourglass again.
I was really high on Julie. I obviously, if you watch our last episode of the podcast, you know, Maddie and I love this archetype. I love a mom archetype. I was actually talking to a peer of mine, who does not like these archetypes, but somebody in one of my classes, I love an evil mom. I love a Dawn. I love a Chrissy.
Yes.
I love a Tina. Yeah, people say Tina was a hero. Tina was a villain in the Australian outback, and I lived for it. I feel like Julie could fill that role well. Yes, the mom archetype, but she said she's willing to make tough calls, which I think is a good sign. Obviously, like if she can bring people in, thinking about like JT, thinking about like a Southern, like Sabia, like if I don't know if Julie, I also like was betting because where is she from? She's from Brentwood, Tennessee. I'm just imagining she has an accent, and so I feel
Hoping she has an
I'm
accent.
hoping she has an accent. I'm hoping I can see her sort of becoming this like comforting mom role on the island. I feel like her more than anybody else this season could end up doing that, and I think that usually gets you pretty far. The problem is, and I could do a whole little video essay on this. The problem with that is that you fill that role, and people often don't end up wanting to reward people who play in that position. I think Dawn is the infamous example that she played a really great game besides Cochrane, and just like because people thought of her as this loving mom, they just could not reward her for being cutthroat when she was cutthroat, and so that would be my fear. But I loved her energy. I loved her. I loved her talking about where she's coming from strategically and her social. I didn't love that she talked a lot about loyalty. I don't live for loyalty, but she said she has good instincts, so let's hope. But I think this is a good pick. That's a good pick for your team. I support it.
Thank you.
You're so
For once
welcome.
we like agree, or you agree with my picks. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this one, I don't know how she ended up this high. I was trying to figure out where to place her, but I don't know. I wasn't too bad, but she ended up here, so here we are, and I'm gonna just pick her because why not? I'm gonna pick Kelly? Question mark. Kelly with an IE.
I love
Um,
that.
So I was just talking about earlier. I don't live for. There's a couple people on this cast that I'm like, your career just means nothing in the game of Survivor. And obviously, there are really famous examples of people who do well because they sort of have like career associations. Um, but I feel like nursing and the idea of like customer service, you know what I mean? Patient service in her case, is something that can make her do really well. Especially when you think about like being a nurse is sort of like, sorry, being a nurse, you're kind of just like imagining like um, somebody in a stressful situation, being able to work good under pressure, you know. Um, I really liked that. She seems very calming, I feel like. Just the energy I got, approachable, which I think like it does really well on these shorter seasons. Um, I feel like she'll be able to really communicate with people. Nothing pops out too much. Like there wasn't anything that I was like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this. But I have a feeling that her skill set will work well for her this season.
I agree. I on paper she seems like great, like a great person, will do well. I'm not sure why, but to me she just feels like one of those people that we really either gets
Really nothing
hyped up,
about.
huh?
Oh, you finished what you were gonna say.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get to that. Yes,
Yeah.
that either gets really hyped up in like the first 2 episodes and then gets voted out for like no reason, or she makes it past the merge and then we just finally get an interview with her, like she's like a first vote for no reason where we just never get to hear from her. I don't know. I'm not getting. I'm in my gut. I'm feeling like I'm just not gonna learn anything about her in the game.
That was my fear. I also get a little slight energy of like, oh, she's just gonna like, we're gonna get nothing from her, not from her undoing, just because it's just like, it's just not in, it's not in her her cards. Is that what the saying is? I agree with that, but I don't know. I think it could work out. Who knows? And I think if it does work out, she could do well. So here's to hoping.
I agree. Okay, my next pick is Sean Edwards. Are you? How do you feel about that?
Oh, I was like, where is Sean on my list? Now he was in my next couple choices.
Okay. He seems really smart and great socially. I feel like he'll be able to just kind of read everyone and take in what's going on and make friends with people who then have other connections, and he'll like have his hand in all of the pots without actually being physically in those groups. I feel like he gives Ricard vibes to me, and I think he might be a really strong player. He just seems so nice. School principal. Yeah, I just think he seems really fun, and I think I think he could do really well. That is my opinion.
Oh my god. Okay, I did my notes a little late last night. I wrote, he's not old, but for some reason I feel like he is. I don't know what that means.
I think partially his outfit. The tucked in shirt into the shorts. Untuck the shirt, please.
It's getting a little old. I was like, I don't know why. He's only 35, which is not old.
And he doesn't look that old. I think it's the outfit.
I think the outfit threw me off. I don't know, but maybe school principal. Maybe I have an association. Our principal was really old. He had a heart attack, so that kind of puts the gauge in high school. Remember that?
Yes.
He's alive still. He's a superintendent now. So anyway, just a little lore. Anyway, Sean, I like, what did that? Yeah, I agree. He was next in the next couple of people to possibly pick from. I liked who he said he was looking for as a partner. He wants someone that will bring a different perspective, which I think is so important in this game. If you get too caught into the same mindset, then you could just get screwed over. Like, you guys can miss things. So I really liked that. This is another one of those occupations I think could do well from like what you learn on the job, like working with children and then talking to like stupid little 23-year-olds on the island. Like, I think it could work well. I liked his life experiences he shared. I think he has a good little package, so I think that was a really good pick.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who is next on my little list? Okay, again, I'm gonna, you know what, you've been going bold. I'm gonna go bolder. I'm gonna pick J. Maya.
Okay.
Where is she? My list. Okay, there she is. I love a proud Asian. Again, as Asian supporting Asians, I live. I love an Asian in the arts. I think is so fun. Especially somebody who sort of defied the expectations. You know, she was supposed to be this lawyer, but she ended up just changing the path of her life and becomes this what? She won a Grammy. Is that what she said? She got recognized by the Recording Academy. Okay, Meg the Stallion, yes. I love that. I love that she knows what she wants with her life journey. I said this about somebody else, I don't remember earlier, but I don't love that she doesn't. Oh, I think it was Caleb. I didn't love she didn't talk too much about her relationship with the show, which is a little concerning just because it's like, oh, maybe they just plucked her out, which in a world where now I feel like Survivor Superfans have been doing better and better, it's a little concerning, but I don't know, I like her. She talked, her interview was thick.
Dense.
I was comparing it to our bestie Bruce. I was like, this is crazy, but I liked it. I'm really excited. I want to root for her again, somebody I really just want to root for, but I feel like she'll be somebody that people can get along with her socially, which I think could do her well.
Yes, I agree. Her interview was really interesting to read through. There was just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Just my couple little notes that I wrote about her. I thought it was funny that she called Survivor a quest, and it's like a funny little side quest that she has to get through. She also talked about embracing her loud personality, which I'm excited to watch, but also it could come off as a bit much, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes for her. I'm excited for her. I don't know. She was not ranked high on my list.
Yeah.
But I can see it. So next.
Wait, can I just say, I think maybe this is an award we should start giving. This is our first season. I think she has the best cast photo.
Yes, it's
She
good.
looks good. Her dress, it's giving what it needs to give. Anyway, I just needed to say that.
Yes, it's very cute. 1 second, just pulling up mine. Okay, my next pick. I feel like this is a bit of a safe. Maybe safe, but also could be like an early boot. Jake is my next. I feel like he just gives off one of those Survivor contestants that goes far and is like good at it and strategic and good with relationships. He says he's creative, but he's going to law school. He's, he's into theater, triple threat. And he just seems fun, and I feel like he'll get along with people really well, and like he could do well in challenges, especially maybe like puzzles and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I I also liked that he says that he wants to gain trust with people who will believe whatever he says, even when he's lying. I think that was funny. Anyways, he just feels like a solid pick to me.
I agree. I think at this part of the draft, he was pretty middle, but the middle is quickly approaching to the top of my draft. So I agree. I was a little neutral on him. I do think it's a safe pick, but of the multiple safe picks that I felt like there were, I really liked him. I like Jake. Again, I did this late at night. I don't know what I was going through last night, but I wrote in caps. I said, I hate. And then the quote from his interview that says, no one wants it more than me, and no one is going to work harder than me to achieve it. And I said, girl, really? You're not better than me or any of these people. Give it up.
I love it.
I think I have a little bit of one-sided beef with Jake at this point. I think I remember. I liked what he had to say.
Did you?
But it's just.
I don't get that vibe. No, but I understand what you mean. I hate that question.
No, it's just a little like some of the things he was saying. I was like, oh, like literally take me right back, and I was like, this is too much because I was like, what do you want to be a part of Survivor? Survivor is a celebration of everything I've wanted to accomplish in life. Okay, everybody like what? What you've experienced and feel as prepared to you. I feel like studying for the bar exam. Boring. Like he said, hey, who was the biggest inspiration in life? My mom. Honest answer.
He's straight to the point. Okay, you have a problem with that? You're just complaining about Jay Maya's dense interview, and now you're mad.
He said, why would you want to be the sole survivor? I will be oh, that's what I just read. I will be the sole survivor because nobody wants it more than me, and nobody's gonna work harder than me to achieve it. You don't. What?
Tell that to Julie. Tell that straight to her face.
Tell it straight to Julie. But other than that, just the little things in his interview. I thought some of his other stuff I liked. He was kind of giving me Kane energy from last season. He's a little bit like geeky, nerdy, but I do like that he is a little fit. He's lost 80 pounds. He's a little bit nerdy. He's a little bit fit. I think will do him well. Yeah, so I like that pick. Okay, you just picked Jake, so I think I am going to pick Sifu / Nico / Nicholas. Whatever you want to call him. No, whatever you call him. We're gonna call him Sifu because I think that's his little nickname. But I this is also kind of like Caleb. I was like, this is kind of like a little interesting. He was really heavy focusing on his, what was it, Taekwondo? Is that what it is? Tai Chi.
Tai
I think,
Chi.
actually. Tai Chi. I don't know the difference, but he was really going on. And I mean, he kind of convinced me. I'm like, you're amazing at Tai Chi. You're gonna win the game.
I love that he has a passion.
Passion for fashion and Tai Chi.
Yes.
With this little leopard print top.
I was like, okay, that's what I put positives that shirt.
I was like, oh, King, yes. I also, similar to Jake, I got a little bit of like nerdy vibes. I think the Tai Chi that just like comes with the territory. But he is a gym owner, which I think a little bit of fitness I think is really good. He also talked about his mental toughness from Tai Chi, which I think is so good. I think it's so good. I think mental toughness is a really underrated part of the game. I think people often forget that you're literally like living outside and you're having to put up with the elements. Yeah, I think he's kind of giving Jam Jam energy. I feel like somebody that can be really cuddly, but then also like is going to be able to do some stuff. So that's why I picked him.
I agree with all of that. He was coming up close for me. Yeah, he taught me something in this interview. I had never heard of push hands before, and he is a world champion in push hands, undefeated and recognized worldwide.
What is it?
It is, to quote from Wikipedia, Push hands is a two-person training routine practiced in internal Chinese martial arts,
Oh.
and it is also played as an international sport akin to judo, sumo, and wrestling, such as in Taiwan, where the biannual Tai Chi World Cup is held. I have never heard
Interesting.
of this before, so shout out to Sifu for teaching me that.
You learn something new every podcast.
Every this is an educational podcast.
This is educational, yeah.
Okay, my next pick is D.
Okay.
I really liked her. I really liked her interview where she was talking about how she like lied about finishing her degree to her parents. I thought that was really funny. I let's see, she just seems really, she describes herself as fiery, wildly enthusiastic, and empathetic. I thought that was really fun. I hope she brings some spice to the cast. She's if she can keep that lie going with her family. I'm interested to see
Convinced.
what
To
her,
keep it going, yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to see how she does just like with her relationships in the game. She also started her own business at 23, which is cool. She just seems like a really cool person, and I'm excited to watch her play. So I'm glad I got her on my team.
Be glad because she was my next pick. So I am so sad. But um I liked her. She started high. I ranked from like the beginning. I think she's like the second person or something on the list. And she stayed pretty high up on my list for a while, but she just slowly started getting down. This is what I'm referring to. One thing I don't really care for entrepreneurs in Survivor. I don't like I know it's so specific. Not entrepreneurs, but like people in the corporate business world. That is a job that I'm like, I really like. Nobody cares that you own your business. I own businesses. Maybe I don't care. What did she even? I don't.
It was like something about backpacks, I think.
Like, what does selling
maybe
backpacks?
maybe I lied. I don't know.
Does she even sell the backpacks? Like, what does entrepreneurship really bring to the game? I don't know. But one thing that people in corporate America like to do once they're on the Survivor is tell us that they're in corporate America, and I really could care less. But I love this idea. I love that she wants to put her family over everything else. She says she brings up Jesse and Tony as people that she thinks she'll play like. And one thing that I love, I'm not a big Family Guy archetype fan. Like, sorry, hot take, I don't love the Tonys, I don't love the Jessies, but what I can appreciate is how good TV they make. And one thing that people that love their family are gonna do is put their family over everything else, and they're gonna literally do anything. They're like, I need to bring that money home to my family. Like, literally, Jesse cutting Cody the way that he caught him, because Jesse was like, I need to get him out of here if I want to win. Is so iconic. Is so juicy. Such good TV. People who love their family are gonna do anything for that. And when I mean anything, I mean, when I say anything, I mean anything. So I'm excited. I hope that she brings a little drama. I hope she is a little kooky. I hope she like cuts people that when she needs to cut it.
And I think I might have lied about the backpack thing. I don't know where I got that from. I swear one of them has some involvement with backpacks.
Wait, let me look. Did you just look through everybody's things or just hers?
I'm looking through hers again, but
Oh. Oh, backpack?
I think I lied. I don't know where I got that from.
Somebody likes backpacking.
No, someone.
Austin likes backpacking, and Kendra said that she backpacked as well.
I don't know. New idea, new business idea. For D.
Scrap the podcast, go into the backpack business. Yeah, do you have anything else to say on D?
No. Oh, I like her little matching
Pose?
set outfit.
Wait, let me look. Okay, we have that. You know who also had a good matching set? Sadia. Lived
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, the purple.
The purple
So
checker.
pretty.
Lived
Yes.
for it. Wait, I'm trying to find her picture. Hold on.
It's the very last one.
Oh, on mine it's the second.
Oh.
Girl, you could get this set at Old Navy. That's probably where she got it. Anyway,
More lore.
more lore. Next, I can just say D is literally my next option. I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I don't know if I have more negative things to say about the. I think this last pick is the last person that I'm like I have mostly positive things to say. The next couple people that we have to pick from, I'm like I would rather you not be on my team, but I kind of just need you on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I am gonna choose Emily. Oh, what was that little
She was
face?
my last. Sorry, Emily, there's nothing against you.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy.
Tell me why I should have
Okay.
picked Emily.
Okay. Well, she wasn't on the top of my list. It's not like she was my number one.
Okay.
I love an evil mom. I love an evil mom. I love
She's
Cass.
only 28.
No, but I'm saying like no. Okay, I love an evil mom. I love Cass.
Oh,
That's what
okay,
she said
okay,
she was gonna
okay.
play like.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm just like, oh, if she's gonna play like Cass, like I have to support her. I have to love her. You're not a big Cass fan, are you?
No, I love Chaos Cass.
Oh, Chaos Cass. Somebody doesn't like Cass tonight. Anyway, I love Cass. I love that she wants to play like Cass. Living my favorite archetype. Archetype. She's obviously not a mom, or she's not like a mom age. I mean, I guess you can be a mom at 28. That's okay. You can be a mom earlier. That's okay too. Um, anyway, I just have a fear that she is gonna go early. Just she doesn't seem like to have any like athleticism. Sorry, bestie. For just like the vibe that I got, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like she might be like a problem in challenges, which, as we've seen the last 4 seasons, has been major issue. So that's a little concerning. I also feel like she has a lot of cons listed that are just like normal. That are
Yeah.
just like things people do. What does she say? Her cons? Pet peeves, nearly everything. Chewing, snoring, arrogance, being overly serious, being overly jokey. Babe.
You name it and it probably irritates me.
Babe.
I would not want to sleep next to her in that little shelter.
So yeah, I don't, at this point, don't see a world where she's gonna win. I like that she's open. She wants openness and trustworthiness.
Do you also like that she's in the world of finance?
No. She's not an exception to my rule.
Okay.
But she didn't talk about. Well, no, I guess she did talk a little bit about how finance would help, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I feel.
Again, this is no personal hate to this person, Emily. Watch her win. That would be the craziest shocker. Yeah, I also, my positive was that I like Cass, but I think it's hard to replicate Cass in a way that just doesn't make me like just strongly dislike you. She describes herself as direct, genuine, and aggressive. I would never like that's not a good thing. And she also says that one of her favorite hobbies is meal prepping. And so for those reasons alone, she is at the bottom of my list. But if she wants to come on this podcast and defend her choices, I would be open to hearing it. But
Emily, this is an open invitation.
but unfortunately, she is my bottom pick. So you can, yeah, go for it.
No, can I please do a go back? Please?
No takesies, backsies.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm stuck with her. Thank you, Emily, Queen of Queens. Yes.
Okay, my next choice is Hannah Rose.
Mm.
I don't know. I just kind of liked her. I think I just wrote, I think I'll like her. I just don't know how far she'll make it. But I like her glasses. I like her vibe. She seems like she's gonna be fun out there. And yeah, she also doesn't like loud chewing. So people are okay. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of smacking going on at like rewards when they're just like shoving food in their face, and that would really bother me. But yeah, she just seems. She even says she wants to lay low when she needs to, but be cutthroat when the time comes, and that seems. Oh, and bring comedic relief. That is big to me.
Can I be brave? Is this a safe space?
This is a safe space.
She was at the bottom of my list, but why is my first note for her? Kind of even millennial core. Not in a good way. Sorry to all the millennials out there. I know that just
Yeah, that's a big demographic of Survivor fans, I feel.
Demographic, but that was meant in a derogatory way. So take it that as you will. I it was chill on Hannah. She was in the next couple of mine. I didn't get much from her interview. Her tattoos are kind of cool.
She just seems cool. At this point in their list, I'm not like overly excited.
Pinterest tattoo, where it's like the flowers coming out of the head.
Yeah.
Again, a little millennial core. The bun, kind of giving millennial core. But no, that's it. No, oh my god, more lore drop. Maddie and I were camp counselors in high school, and Hannah was a camp counselor, and I was like, that's kind of silly fun, a little goofy. I like her sobriety story. I think that obviously being sober, it takes a lot out of people. The whole experience can teach somebody a lot. I think Carolyn portrayed that story really well last season.
Mm-hmm.
I think I say this word. I think I've said this a couple times already. Grit. I think she that kind of gives somebody grit, and I think that is really good for the show. But I didn't get much from her, and what I got, I was kind of like, "Oh, this is not giving what I wanted to give." But she's safe. I feel like she's a safe choice, and I mean, at this point, safe choices are better than choices you think are going home first. Allegedly, I don't know. Sometimes I just like choosing people who might go home first, but.
Me too.
Anyway, yeah.
Just in case this goes south. Yeah, who's your next pick?
My next pick. Hey, I love the bees. I gotta have Brando and Brandon. Brandon. My next pick is Brandon. Again, he was somebody that I was kind of just like, I guess. It was kind of boring, his interview.
I thought your next pick was gonna be Bruce.
Oh,
when you said I like the bees, I was like,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to spoil anything. No, we'll get through and make it.
Basically, I'm gonna end up on Bruce. Is what you're saying?
No. I love the bees.
I'm sorry. You can continue about Brandon Donlin.
I don't have much to say about Brandon. I'm being 100% honest. He seems really excited, which I think is really great. I would be just as excited as him to be on the show. But he didn't really talk about strategy a lot. Talked a lot about his social awareness.
And hating board games.
Yeah, some of his answers made me chuckle a bit. Wait, let me see. Let me scroll up. Brandon. I like his hair. I like his shirt. I think his shorts are from Old Navy. I like the Mike White. We're
Big White Lotus fans.
Big White Lotus fans. I don't like comfort in an alliance partner isn't something who necessarily that excites me, but his pet peeves were cute. Adult men who have Snapchat, people who message me hi when they need something from me, like things like that. I'm like, okay, that made me chuckle a little bit. His big hate of tabletop. Oh, unrelated to Brandon specifically, I feel like something I noticed. There are a lot of people who have similarities, but there are a lot of people who specifically don't like things that other people love on this
Board
cast.
games seem like a hot topic for some reason. There are some
Yeah,
people who talked about them as like one of their favorite things ever, and then
yeah,
other people are like, I hate them.
yeah.
So I'm like,
So
okay,
I
can
think
I be
it's
neutral about tabletop games?
yeah, it's interesting. It's cool, I guess. But yeah, it was just he was just like for me. But I don't know. Maybe he'll do really well and he'll win and then I'll like win everything. So I guess yeah.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I just wanted to point out that he said he would rather get a root canal than play Settlers of Catan, which is like my one of my favorite games. And I just felt really like a crazy
Targeted.
statement. Yeah, targeted and like, oh my god.
Root canals are not a joke.
No, they're not. So yeah,
You don't have
neutral.
anything that was
That,
it. You just
that,
despise. You are like, why do you hate board games so much?
I just felt like that's all that stuck out to me from that interview.
No, you're right. 'Cause I did not get a lot from him. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 3 picks. Okay, our last 3 people. We have who? Let's go in order. Bruce, Kendra, and Drew. I think are the last 3.
I had. Did one of us pick Kelly?
I picked Kelly.
You picked Kelly. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
My 4th overall pick.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. My. Which means I know I'm gonna get Bruce. There's no way you don't. There's no way you pick it. My next pick is Kendra. Let's see. What did I write about Kendra? I think it's fun that she says she connects with Carolyn, and she seems fun, and she seems like someone I would like to be on the island with if I were to play. Is what I said. I don't know. She didn't stick out to me. I think she's just, maybe she'll surprise me and go far, but she also just kind of feels like one of those people that comes in and quickly is booted off.
I agree. I got less from her than I got from Brandon. I was a little snippy in her notes. I said she wants an adventure. She's a little quirky. She doesn't like people who chew their mouth or with their mouths open. Been there, done that. I'm like, babe. At this point, we just need new pet peeves. That should be like that cannot be on the pet peeve
There should be
list.
you cannot, yeah. You're not allowed to pick any of these
That and slow
responses.
walkers. I'm like, get a new hobby. Anyway, yeah, I didn't love it. It was just kind of boring. There was nothing really about her relationship with the show or any sort of strategic plan. Especially as it like relates to her life. She just wants like loyalty. Um, that was about it. The only thing like I could see her maybe like being good at endurance, which has been really heavily featured on the recent seasons. I think she backpacks and walks a lot. Like I think she might be somebody that is endurance coded. So maybe she'll do well there. But I don't know. It was kind of boring. She does. I like her skirt in her picture. I think her top is from Old Navy. That's that for me.
Yeah, I did put as at first it's I'm interested to hear her talk because she says that she talks exactly like Drew Barrymore, but then all the Drew Barrymore drama's been going on, so I do
She didn't even
cut
know.
it.
She didn't know. There is no way for her to know. Kendra would not cross the picket line.
Yeah, and also I think if she were to come out with her interview statements today, she might leave that part out. Maybe, I don't know. She just seems like to be with it in that way.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me guess. Who's your next pick?
My last pick, I'm going to shock the world. You know what? Just to spite
Do it.
I'm going to pick Bruce.
Gotta stick with the bees.
What?
Gotta stick with the bees.
I love the bees. Just to spite you, I'm going to pick Bruce. Bruce was originally my last pick, but I'm going to pick him. He's my wild card. Literally, what do we know about Bruce? Nothing. We got nothing from him last season. We got nothing from his interview this season.
It was so short, there was literally nothing.
There was nothing. I am so confused. I know nothing about this man. So I'm so interested to see what he's gonna do. I do like he's not committing himself to one play style, which I think is a good mindset to have going into the season. Not holding himself down to anything. I don't know if they're gonna like necessarily look at him as like, because he's not a vet. He literally didn't. It was like within.
He was there for like 12 hours.
Literally, like he was out. So I don't even know if they're gonna look at him any different. I wrote. His interview made it seem like he had somewhere to be. Babe, you have time to do it. I'm like, why are you rushing? Give us a little bit of something. His age is a little concerning.
How old is he?
I think, well, he's not old, but he's the oldest person, I think. I think he's 49.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
I think...
Oh, no, he's 26.
Yeah. Him and everyone else.
He's 47.
Okay.
His hometown is West Warwick, Rhode Island, and now he currently lives in Warwick, Rhode Island. So.
Whoa. Did he move east?
I'm sorry, he's so, like, I can literally read his interview in a minute. That's how short it is. Cool, yeah, just to spite you. But who knows, maybe he'll do well. Maybe he'll be crazy. He's like, this is literally my second chance, and I have to go for it.
How was he ranked preseason last time?
By who?
Like, the general Survivor fans.
It was a similar, if I remember, let me pull up Survivor. I think it was a similar, like,
not
nobody
high.
really knew anything about him.
Yeah.
His preseason interviews that season. Let's see, interviews. Oh shoot. I think it was similar. Like, people were like, we don't really know anything about him. He didn't really give anything then.
While you're looking, I can talk about what I wrote. I said, if he went out early once, he can go out early again.
Oh.
And then I said, I hope this experience is more positive than the last, but as much as I don't know if he is like a big target, and it's like you said, he's not a vet or anything, I feel like there's been a lot of talk about how this is the first returnee in the new era, even though, like, I don't, I mean, yes, he did go out the first time and he played for a couple hours. I'm wondering if maybe there will be like some, not necessarily target, but it's like, oh, Bruce was here before. I don't know. I'm just trying to imagine what people might say. But yeah.
I'm trying to see. Okay. I'm trying to see what was the same. He used the same 3 words to describe himself this season.
So
in a different order.
He's busy. He did not have time for this interview. He was like, use what they put last time.
I think his interview was worse last time. These are basically the same answers for everything.
Okay.
So, interesting. He didn't answer the pet peeves question this time, though. He said, I almost lost my life. Nothing annoys me. Let everybody be, let everybody be everybody.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say?
Not on Bruce.
Okay. My guy, Drew. come on over to my team. We've got a little last spot for you. I just think that he comes off as thinking he's too smart.
Yeah.
He's too cocky. I'm not. We'll see how he does, but like he's not someone that I would be. Just based on his interview alone, he's not someone that I am interested in, and I don't really love that attitude. Let me pull up his interview. Yeah, he's the other young guy, 23. Yeah, I think it's funny that he talked about working at a call center and sales experience.
Like I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah. I don't like that he said people will make the comparison to Cochran, but I identify the most with Penner, leaning into my quirks.
Cochran
You're done. Yeah. He won a trivia national championship in 2019.
Boring.
Yeah, so
Drew, if you ever want to be on the podcast, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, plead your case. Anyways.
I did not like it. I did not like it at all. I feel like this specific archetype that he has, the Penner, the Cochran, need charisma is a big part of it, is that they can kind of get away with the stuff that they say. They can kind of get away with their actions because they're charismatic to an extent. I don't get any charismatic energy from him. Even Cochran, his first season, like, went home because people were just, like, annoyed with him. Like, I don't love, that's one of my least favorite archetypes on the show, so I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to say, but, it's a lot of just, like, stats. I imagine this is, like, what a bad application looks like to a job.
Or college.
Like, well, literally, he's like, well, I worked at a call center, and I did this and this and this, and I'm like, okay, but what did I do for you? I'm like, okay, you worked at a call center, okay, you were a trivia champion. What did you get out of that experience?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know, and he says at the end, the question, why will you be the sole survivor? Because I'm very personable and authentic. Those are two words that I would never use to describe this interview, the tone or any of that. And yeah, so I'm not feeling too strongly about. Maybe he'll win.
Let's hope not.
You don't know. Were you there? Have you talked to him? That's what I thought.
Ask the audience. Anyway, okay. Is that it with Drew?
That's it.
Cool. So do you want to? We can say each other's drafts.
Yeah.
I'll start with mine since I drafted first, I guess. My draft includes Katara, Brando, Austin, Kelly, Jemaya, Sifu, Emily, Brandon, and Bruce. Brucey boy.
And I've got Sabia, Caleb, Julie, Sean, Jake, Dee, Kendra, Hannah, and Drew.
I think it was a pretty even split. I think each of us have our goods and we each have our bads.
Yeah. I know. I've got a team of winners.
Sure. Anyways, I think that's a wrap on this episode. Feel free to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube at Making Fire Pod. Next week we are recapping the premiere episode of Survivor 45. So super exciting. And I think that's it. Yeah, follow us and look out for our episode next week.
Yes. I can't wait to see how this first episode goes.
I can't wait to see how this turns out. You watch season. Oh wait, that was in season 5 of Drag Race. That reference.
Who said it?
Blue.
Oh.
When Coco and Alyssa do their little ballerina dance before it starts, she goes,
okay.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
Just like water off a duck's back.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.